All right.
Call and start off the meeting with a word of prayer, please. Dear Father in heaven, we thank you for this opportunity we have to come together. We thank you for those attending. We pray that you would give us wisdom and knowledge to make the decisions that best benefit the townspeople, and that you just provide us the knowledge that we need to conduct business and continue to represent you. We give you the glory and praise for everything we have and everything we are. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Last month's meeting was on August 11th, and we need to look over the minutes. Do we have any changes or additions to the minutes? Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
We did upload the minutes to the website.
So we have a motion to accept the minutes.
And motion, a second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approved. Okay. Janice is not here. Janice is out sick this evening, so we'll have to, one of us take notes, fill in for you. Are you going to take that down? Okay. All right. Moving right along then.
Yeah.
So she can watch the recording.
That's true. And then also we'd like to start off with Todd. Do you have anything?
No, just what I gave to you earlier about the asset management plan, just something to look over, get prepared for. I've been talking to Matt about it, and when the time comes closer, we get a better understanding. Looks like in October 1st of 2025, the IURC will release kind of what's going to go on with it. So it's just kind of up and coming and get prepared for it.
Yes. We complete those for our clients on a regular basis at a fairly minimal cost.
And that's all water and sewer customers, anybody that, just everywhere.
It's water departments, sewer departments. Yeah, it's looking out. It's not all bad. I don't mean to say that. It's looking at the longevity of your pipes in the ground, your valves. In other words, it helps you guys budget for the future. Is what they're trying to get people to do. Is looking out at your, how long is the valve? If you got 20 valves, what's the lifeblood of those? Is it going to last 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? How long have they been in the ground? That kind of stuff. It'll eventually help the town budget and the department heads budget better for what, how to spend money, how to fix things versus stuff just breaking and then you're in emergency mode.
Right. And that's where we're at now. If we have anything go down on us now.
So it's not a terrible thing. It's just they didn't put any money behind it, and it hurts the smaller towns. I mean, depending on the size of the utility, what you've got, they're anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000. So typically,
and they want one on both water and sewer.
They are
Okay.
water. I would say your water first.
Mm-hmm.
Since you're working on your sewer, we'll have a better idea what's going to go in the ground.
Right.
Your water, I would do sooner than later.
But yeah, that's all I have. Just get prepared for that.
And we got the asphalt mix last month.
Yeah, we got that last month. We used it in several places. It's helping out here and there. We got a lot more to go. And the letters on the truck. You guys seen the town truck, I think, since the last meeting.
Yeah, you can't hide from me now. I can see you cross town.
That's a giveaway. It looks good though.
Yeah, it does. You do a good job. Okay. Now, moving along to Marshall, did you have anything, Josh?
Not a whole lot. I know we've spoken about the old Durango, the 2014. I think we'd be better off just go ahead and get that ready for sale to auction off. If you guys want to do that, we can go ahead and start pulling radios and decals, and then we can get that listed. We're not utilizing paying plates and insurance on it every month for something that's just sitting there. What do you think we can get for it? I really have no idea. I'd say it's probably worth around 10 to 12. And maybe we could put a reserve on it on the auction site, and then because I was thinking about GovX. I think is that govx.com. So
there's a
you're good.
number of them, I assume that's probably a valid one.
Just one of those, I think, the buyer pays like all the fees. That way we don't have to pay. And I'd say we could probably put like a $5,000 or $6,000 reserve, you know, because it's been sitting for 2 years. We drive it every now and then just
So
to
this
keep it
one
running.
would require like, not notice and everything, unlike when we talked about the tires or whatever a week or two ago.
Yep.
Since it's higher
Yes.
value.
So we'd have to post this one and everything else.
But if it's a site that deals with government stuff like that, they would usually take care of that kind of stuff.
Yep. So if you guys are good with that, we'll go ahead and start moving forward with that before cold weather sets in. So we can,
If you want to sell it, yeah.
Make a motion to second. I second.
Or just to, tell Josh to go forward, but getting it set up and have a reserve
Board's in
price.
agreement.
yeah, I'll have to take it to celery signs more than likely and have him strip the old decals off. That's a pretty big job. If we were to do it, we could peel the paint. So you want to have someone do it that knows what they're doing.
Professional.
Yeah.
I would say include that in the motion and then also the minimum price, whatever you think that might be.
Need a motion to, first of all, get the lettering stripped off of the car by a professional organization, and then also sell the car and advertise it.
Make a motion, yeah. Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor, say aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion's passed, so
Okay.
go ahead.
Then I believe, Matt, do you have the ordinance? Are we good to go with that?
I think I emailed it to Janice. Do you guys have it?
She's out for the,
Well, I've got a copy of it, but I just have the one. For the number of reserve units for the marshal department. And just kind of the basic requirements for.
Yeah, because we're mandated by state statute as a municipality that we have to have an ordinance stating how many reserves that we can have on the department. So that's what that ordinance kind of entails. It's got some other things in there that's pertaining to the reserve program.
what are the numbers on it as we're reading through it?
So the total number of reserves, the thing that's mandated by the state, is 6 reserves or no more than 20% of our paid department. So for us, that would always be 6.
That might be an old qualification as far as number, because I didn't see that on the statute, but I mean, it's a.
Yeah, it may have been an old
I
one,
mean,
but
if we want to do it that way.
I know we're
that's
still
fine.
mandated by to state a number
Yeah.
of. And unless you guys decide you want like 30, then
You want to look at it?
no, I'm good. I've read that
Okay.
over already. And it states in there just kind of minimum hours per month that they will work,
24 hours.
24 hours. Just so everything's kind of backed up with the ordinance. It's not just word of mouth and this week it's this and next week it's something different. At the end of the day, here's a paper. This is what we're doing.
How many reserves do we have right now?
5. Yep. And also in that ordinance, it has bumped up the training hours that a reserve will work
I saw that in
to 100 hours. Is that what we went to 100 hours?
I don't remember. Is that the one that
here.
was
All new
300 and you told
officers
me to?
will work 320 hours. They will work with the senior officer until.
Yep,
they
so
have
that should have been
320
changed to 100.
Yeah, I must have printed that off. I know I changed it and I sent it to you, right? The changed one?
Yeah, one of the changed ones.
Okay.
So they're going to do 100 hours field training now, rather than going through their 40-hour pre-basic and then riding for just a little bit and then shipped out to go do their thing. I think it's beneficial to them and the community that they're trained a little bit more properly. So they're going to do 100 hours with a field training officer before they're released on their own to go out.
They're required to work 24 hours a month unless you decide differently. Is that what this means?
They normally get that anyway with the way you schedule.
What's the 1 year's probation? What's that do for us? I mean, they can still be removed at any time regardless. Is that?
Yes, so the 1 year probation is they've got to complete their 100 hours of their field training. They've got to make all the mandatory meetings. They've got to hit their hours every month consecutively for 12 months. During that 1 year probation, they also will pay for any training cost. Then at the end of their 12 months, then we will take care of that stuff for them. Kind of what we're doing now, but it's just all in writing.
Does it say anywhere in here about the number of officers?
It should, what was it?
Six.
6 or 20% of.
6 or 20%
Oh,
of the
here's
department.
20%, okay.
Should we pass this as is or wait till it's amended with the changes in it?
You can just pass it as amended with, I think I
I crossed
changed
off
it,
that number.
Yeah.
I changed it.
and I'll just make sure and send it to Janice. I can't remember if I sent her the updated one or not.
What's been the biggest difficulty for you with the reserve officers? I know we've had some conversation with it. Is it getting to work the hours or the weekends or the?
Sometimes the hours comes into play. Really the biggest battle is when the most opportune time is that we need coverage. But at the end of the day, they're volunteers. So it's hard. You can't really just force them and say, hey, put them on a schedule. See what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the biggest battle with the reserve program. So we're still working on that, and we'll see what we can get figured out. And, because you might have a reserve officer down here. Like today, we had one from 8 o'clock till 4 o'clock all day. Nothing really happens. I mean, daytime's kind of slow. Everybody's at work. Well, now it's 4 o'clock. I'm going on, and we don't have one. But how do you tell that guy, no, you didn't do what we need you to do, because he still gave us 8 hours of his life volunteer. So that's where it battles. It's hard because we don't have full-time 24/7 paid officers. So we're never going to have that in this town.
Right.
And it's a pretty thankless volunteer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I mean, it's just
for a couple of years, and it's
How do you work it? Do you just get their availability?
just get
and
their
then
availability, and you
plug it
appreciate what
in
they can do for their
at a
community,
time?
and everybody in the community should be thankful for what they do.
Do you have like a schedule that you give out to them ahead of time, or how do you do it? No.
No.
They just work whenever they have time to come down and put some hours in.
Yeah, because they work full-time jobs. They got families. They're doing this for free.
And they
I
just
mean,
tell you
they're
like
putting a
ahead of
badge and a gun
time,
out,
I'm gonna
and
be
they
there
can go out
on
and get
Monday or
killed
whatever.
5 minutes after going on duty, and they're doing this for free.
But they try to work around your schedule. Is that what you have them do, or is it necessarily?
For the most part, they try to.
Do
But
they just tell you ahead of time, like, I wanna come in and work on Monday, or how do they do it? How do they communicate?
sometimes.
You show up.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad to have the volunteer, do at the same time. I wasn't applying that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's sometimes it's nice to have two. But it's I just don't feel that we can mandate and tell them when they're going to work.
I wonder if you can make a schedule and have them sign, like,
No, I won't do that.
just say, well,
I won't even.
well, let me finish. Make a schedule of when you feel like you need somebody, and then have them sign up for if they can do those shifts. Not
I
necessarily
mean, we
put people in there, but
we try that. I mean, we do try that. But ultimately, I mean, I'm a 40-hour paid employee.
Yeah.
There's 24 hours of one day. So we've got to understand that we're not going to have that coverage like
Right.
everybody expects to have down here. Because they expect 24/7.
But I'm just saying, like, you are the one that knows the very best when mostly you need an extra person or people here, and putting that on there so that they'll know, hey, if I can work these times, this is what I can sign.
Yeah,
up
we do that already. We have a
Okay.
calendar, and I mark
Yeah.
my days that I work or times.
Okay.
But it's really, there's just so much lapse in coverage that I don't know any way to fix it other than to hire more officers.
Because I would assume the days are a difficult time because most of them got day jobs, I would assume.
Pretty much, and then some have night jobs.
Yeah.
Then you got their overtime. I got one guy that works at Ison, and he may get mandatory overtime for 2 weeks straight. So you can't tell him
He's got to feed his family.
exactly, So it's tough. So I don't know, maybe something you guys want to think about. Because at the end of the day, there's no way around it. I mean, you're going to have to pay someone to get what your citizens expect. You can't expect people to do it for free. So maybe next year we can start looking at cops grants or something like that to get part-time or maybe some more help. I'm working 40 hours and then volunteering another 15 to 20 a week. And then they're putting in 24 hours a month between them, and that's on a minimum. I think one of my officers, he's already got like 24 hours for the month, and he's still going to work for the next 2 weeks.
That's really a lot of hours, though, 24 times 6 people.
It is.
That's a good chunk of hours people working extra.
But even with me working 50, 60 hours a week, getting paid for 40 and still volunteering, 10, 20 hours a week, it's still nonstop complaints and, oh, we never see the cops. They're never around here. We're not doing anything.
Well, we know that's not true, though.
We know that's not true, but the general consensus, that's the word.
I guess this, maybe I'm being outspoken and rude, but there's 3 people here that's not concerned about, and we're the ones you need to worry about. So it really doesn't matter.
So that's an extra, if they work 24 hours a week, that's like 36 on average. I know their schedule varies, but that's an average of 36 extra hours. So that's like having, not equivalent to a full-time person like you are, of course, but that's
pretty much like having
equivalent
a
to
full-time.
having another full-time
Yep.
in here for the whole month. Maybe not necessarily every day, but on average, 2 full-time people on duty, which is pretty good in my mind.
Well, I just speak on behalf of the board. I'm pleased with what you're doing. I'm pleased with what the reserve officers are doing. To go on record and make that statement that we have no concerns of what you're doing, so we don't want to imply that we do. At least speaking for me,
I agree.
So I think if anything, you need commended for what you're doing. I know it's got to be difficult at times because one man trying to control everything with aid of some reserves, I know it's difficult. You can't be everywhere.
Exactly.
And let's face it, it's not too hard for these young bucks that run up down the road to know when you're on a call or somewhere else and on their end of town, they figure that out pretty quick, and there's not anything we can do to change that. So,
Yep.
But, I just want to go on record appreciating what you do and let you know that.
Agreed.
Okay.
Pass that on to the reserves too, because I think they need to hear that.
You can quote me on that. I'm very pleased. When I'm sitting there on my couch eating my Cheetos and drinking my iced tea, I see cops come by my house very frequently. So, and my dogs do
You gotta
too.
drive by the boss's house.
Yeah. So, I appreciate it. So ordinance number 2025-5, ordinance governing reserve officers of the marshal's office in the town of Medora. This is the first reading. Do I have a motion to accept and pass this ordinance on the first reading?
Make a motion. Second.
Motion made the second on the first reading. And now do I go just waive the second one?
Yeah, you have to make a motion to amend the rules of procedure to do the second reading.
I need a motion to amend the rules of procedure to go to the second reading tonight.
Make a motion.
Motion made the second.
Second.
And all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Been approved. So second reading ordinance number 2025-5, an ordinance governing reserve officers of the marshal's office in the town of Medora. Do I have a motion to accept this ordinance and pass it?
I have a motion. A second.
Motion made and second. All in favor? Aye. Motion is passed. And do you need this back, Matt, or do we?
You need to sign it.
No, if that's a draft,
That's a draft.
I will
Oh.
make sure, I'll check that tomorrow and send it over to Janice and she
Okay.
can print it out and have you guys, sign the final one.
Okay. All right. Then next on reports and presentations, Mr. Matt Worth, you're up.
Thank you. Good evening, board. Just wanted to come by and just touch base. Wasn't here last month, but touch base on how things are moving along. We are getting ready to set a kickoff meeting with Todd, and the board is more than welcome to attend that. It will be a day where we come up, Aaron, our engineer, and his couple of his team members will come up and basically go over from A to Z what needs to be looked at, what needs to be done, and to help start the design process. So, like I said, you guys are all welcome, but I know you all have busy schedules during the day typically, and this will be a day meeting. So wanted to let you know, Aaron will be reaching out to you this week to try to pick a day that's good for you, and need to block out several hours.
Gotcha.
I know you're tight on time already, but
Right, we can make it work.
it's really the kickoff to get this thing going. Second thing is the Office of Community and Rural Affairs, OCRA, that we've heard me use those initials. That's one of the funding agencies we're going to apply to on your behalf. The second round, which was going to be in October, is extremely competitive. But Mike Kleinpeter, your grant administrator, let me know that. So they're suggesting you go in first round of 26, which would give us all a little more time to get things finalized, design finalized, and then match up another pot of money for you. So if you remember, there were 3 pots of money we were going to pursue: this SRF, State Revolving Fund, USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, and then OCRA. So we did pursue the SRF, didn't score as high as we thought you would, but we had to try. So OCRA is still very much in play. That's the $750,000 grant with a 20% match. So that one is very much in play. So we'll take their advice and go in round 1 for that one. So which probably applications will go in probably March. So it's not the end of the world. I think it gives us more time, get Todd what he wants, talking to him, to be able to put better things into the design itself. So
Is there anything we can do in the meantime to get us in that competitive scale up a little closer, as far as our ratings or numbers?
your rates were good. It's just, unfortunately, you're victim of the last census that was taken. And they are not viewing you guys as a what's called a disadvantaged community.
Right.
And that's a good news, bad news term, but it would be a lot better if they had you as a DAC community, disadvantaged community. You get a lot of points for that. And for whatever reason, Medora is not viewed as that. Like I say, that's good news, bad news. Nobody likes that term, but that would have helped a lot. And Todd, to answer your questions, there's a lot of things out of your control.
Right.
There's a lot of demographics that go into these scores. So that's why the OCRA program is geared towards, they use a different set of census data. They use what's called low to moderate income, and you automatically qualify for that. So you have to be 51% or above at that. So you are. So that one should be easier to get more points for. So there's not a lot you can do in the short term. Just bear with the process. It is a process. The other issue is USDA is a federal agency. They have gone through a significant staff reduction, especially in Indiana.
And grants are somewhat turned off right now,
Yes, thank you. Yes, so they are.
if not completely turned off.
If not completely turned off, we're discouraged. So it's just, there's a lot of things out of your control, unfortunately.
The Okra is
Yes.
what we're doing in March, right?
That will be done in March, yes.
Okay,
That's the $750,000 grant
okay.
with at least 20% match from your part, which you guys do have that match.
What happens if we get turned down?
You're allowed to apply to them as many times as you want to. So I would suggest we reapply. According to Mike Kleinpeter, not everybody gets funded the first time around, but and that's why he suggested the round one versus the round two. We were going to try for applications were due in December. There's a lot of towns and cities trying to get in the end of the year and rush things in. So he felt like the competition wouldn't be as thick in March.
What about the first grant that we didn't get? Can we
The SRF?
apply for that?
We can reapply for that. We just don't know how to overcome that DAC I talked about. It's going to be the same score almost. That's the downside.
What's the, to reapply and if we gotta keep reapplying, what's the, the cost on that to keep reapplying for it?
Once you apply once, it's pretty well finished. It's pretty well, it's just having the state come in and tell you, well, you missed out because of this, this, and this. These 3 points. So we go and put those 3 points in and see how that does. So there's not a lot of extra cost once you apply the first time. That's where the heavy cost comes in, putting that application together the first time. Second time, third time, well, I hope it's not a third time. But I have sat through towns that have gone in 4 times and they got it on the 4th time, which took almost 2 years. So it gets discouraging, but I think
So moving forward with the work is very dependent on how we come out with these.
I think, yes.
Yes.
Best case, we get an Okra grant for $750 with your funds on hand in your sewer department. You can match that and or use those funds to really help the project along too. So without bankrupting the town. But yeah, I don't know how you do. Well, you would do the work with, let's say no grants come in, unfortunately, it's not the worst case. You do the work with what you can with the funds you've got on hand to help repair the I&I, the infiltration problem. That's about the only way you could do it. But you're in a better position to do that than most places.
We just don't want to go into a deficit for any reason whatsoever.
Day one, I think from when we started this, the whole point was to go easy on your ratepayers. Really. That's why we're going after those 3 pots of money, and when that one didn't work, we'll try this one. When this one didn't work, we'll try plugging that one back in. So
When did they announce for the application in March?
it would be, I want to say like July, you would hear in July. So, yeah.
So we're putting the bond on hold then for a while.
I don't think we ended up doing a bond, did we? The ban?
No, I don't think we did the ban. We just took from water, moved the sewer,
We moved the funds. Yeah. Because originally, you're right, we were going to do a bond for short-term financing to help get us paid and get us started. The bad thing is none of these programs offer you guys any money to get the design started. So it's all great. Yeah, well, you come in and apply, but how do you show them a set of plans? So.
Now I got the question I had, say if everything, but we don't get those grants like you was just, we just take, funds on hand and just move forward with it. Do we still have to have designs and everything, or?
At that point, no. If you know what needs fixed, I would hope you'd want a little bit of design.
Go line
You're
10,000 foot of new pipe.
Right. There's got to be some investigative work done.
Right. Yeah.
But I think you're going to get a grant. You're going to get one of these 3, if not 2 of 3.
I like your thinking.
We got to be positive here. So you guys have come too far and you haven't hesitated on this at all. I get it. We haven't had to set the rates yet either.
Right.
That's down the road. But the ultimate goal for the board, I think, is to keep the rates affordable for people, but yet have your rates where they help maintain your system too.
Right.
There's a balance there. So yeah, but I want to just come up tonight and say hello and give you an update on what we've been doing behind the scenes. We're not just sitting around. So
Appreciate it.
there's just a lot of, I'll say, red tape that goes into these grant programs that you've got to follow and meet. So, and Brad's been great about being responsive when we need something or some information. So is Todd for that matter, but.
Don't brag on too much. His hat's not fitting real tight right now.
I'll leave that up to you two. So I'll be glad to try and answer any questions. Hang in there. It's, feels like
We
the
did-
year's
we did do a little
over.
extra training. So we-
Yeah.
That wouldn't hurt either.
Thank you for all the information.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay. Anything else to add, Ron, or questions about that? You good? You good?
I'm good.
Okay, well, thank you. I mean, I've never seen him good like this before, so you.
I
I don't know what.
I mean, I'll skip every other meeting maybe.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, next, Mr. McCroy, you are up.
I'm coming here on behalf of trustee's office. It was brought to our attention that maybe even with the trustee meetings, we need to be recorded as well. Being that we're making financial decisions, we've never been notified by that. But the committee and I were talking the other day if we could do that, if that may be our next step forward. We're approaching the city hall to see if we can use your program here and y'all teach us how to use it and have our meetings here in the city hall because Teresa is no longer at the school, so we're not going to use her administrative building, and we don't have the capability of a computer and a recording system right now. So it's only about 4 meetings a year, but we're asking the city hall if possibly we can have our meetings here starting beginning of the year.
I can help with the equipment and the recording.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just need to know ahead of time.
Okay. We haven't set the dates yet for in January. We've got one more meeting this month, and we're just kind of watching this year going on.
Okay.
And we'll let you know when we set those dates after our next meeting.
I don't have a problem with it. We don't need to make a motion for that because we got our board's
No.
approval.
Yeah, just
Okay.
let me know the dates and I can.
Okay, that sounds good. And we're proceeding.
We'll even unlock the door for you.
Oh, And we are proceeding ahead with the addition to the fire department now. We've got the funding for that, so we're looking at breaking ground probably the next 2 or 3 weeks. So just let y'all know what's going on. All right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
As a side note, while we're talking about the fire department, we're gonna add to the website, I think what we're gonna do is a pop-up on the main page for the, Joe Barnes that was here, I think 2 meetings ago, talked about the emergency alert system people could sign up for. We're gonna add, a pop-up to the main page of the site with the link and the phone number, like if somebody doesn't have, capability to go online and do it, they can call to have the information to sign up for that, so, thought that would be a great idea.
Do you have any new business that we need to discuss?
Yes.
So then you got the floor.
Okay, Debbie gave me a paper, she's wanting to request, that the Hope Medora Goes Pink to set up canopies on the evening of October the 9th. And that just because to have more people available to help setting up the canopies, because a lot of times on Friday, we don't have very many people because of people working and stuff, so. And she was just wanting to know if that would be possible.
That's 2 days before the event.
Well, it'll be Thursday evening, but we're just gonna set them up, we won't have them out and like, totally up, we'll probably keep them down until. Just do it on the evening.
So
of
basically in
Thursday.
place, but not resurrected.
Right.
Well, that's my dad's birthday. It'd be one of the biggest parties in Indiana. He's turning 91.
Oh, my word.
Is the library open on Thursdays?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to block the library parking lots.
I don't know if you have anything in the library, do you?
There's
You wanna
tents
close
and
it, wanna close at 5?
No.
They close at 6.
6?
6.
Well, I mean, by the time we got everything loaded and down here. It's just because we don't have enough people. I mean, it's down to about 4 or 5 women on Friday that have to lift all that stuff, and so we've got more people that can.
I mean, that's up to the town board. I mean, but you're gonna have, that's 48 hours of having equipment on public roadways. Someone
Well,
could
it's not gonna
hit.
be out in the road, it's, we're gonna have to push back.
So we set
Well,
it
if it's on the
in front of
pavement,
the
it's still a
library,
road.
over in front of
Well, just
the
wherever they go. yeah.
store, and over in front of the school, that's where
Mhm.
that's where they go, right?
I mean, they won't be blocking any roads or nothing like that.
If we have that stuff there, do we need to have caution tape blocking it off?
That's completely on you guys.
She said we could put cones out.
If you guys allow it on the public roadway, then you guys are accepting liability for it.
I don't have an issue with setting it up that evening as long as we're not blocking anything that people need to get access to.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't, you know.
So basically, it's just gonna be tables and tents and things like that.
What y'all are doing on Friday, we started on Thursday.
We always started,
Yeah.
and it'll be later that evening, like, you know, after everything's closed and stuff.
So it wouldn't even necessarily have to be in the road. It couldn't be in the grassy area behind the sidewalk and then move it from there. Or does it have to
Well,
be?
there's a grassy area, I guess, but there's not a lot of grass.
I mean, I don't know what is gonna go on down here that's gonna cause any issues. quite
Usually there's
frankly.
hardly
Right.
anything out
You guys are the big,
later.
you guys are the big deal that's going on.
I know
A lot of
there
people don't think that.
will be, I'm just asking, will be along the playground area.
Well, I mean, and even at that, we could set those up somewhere else, like, you know, in the grassy area at the school or something, you know.
I'm just thinking the parking, the teacher parking there.
Yeah, and then you got the parent pickup, pick up, drop off on Friday.
Yeah, and then even if we don't have to set those up, I mean, at least we can get them down here and,
That's why I was saying about the grass area, that'd be off the road.
yeah, they're not gonna be out in the road.
Then you got Bundy's traffic over there by the bank during the day.
Yeah, but we're out setting them up anyway, Josh, during the day. We can put cones up and people still go right out around the cones and still come through there, so it's really no different.
Try it once, see what happens.
I think as long as you're not blocking any business with the library or causing any trouble for like the school, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Putting them along those places on Thursday night, maybe leave those till Friday. I don't see how you guys get it done in one day now, quite
Well, I
frankly.
understand the need to do it. There's no argument about
Yeah.
that.
Me and Harlan helped them last year, and it was, I was ready to get out of there.
Maybe we should call out for some
Well, I mean,
volunteers.
that's why she's wanting to do it Thursday
Yeah.
evening, because she said she'd get more people to help,
Yeah,
because a lot of
I see
people's
that.
not working.
I see that.
Because we're just down to hardly nothing, you know, nobody wants to help anymore, so.
You can't really, you're on the school kids, I guess you know, that'd be nice to help.
They've helped before in the
Yeah.
past, yeah.
So we've got them help with the Lions Club on big trash pickup students. So that'd be good resources right there.
Maybe you don't
Good
get it
idea.
done Thursday evening, if you need help Friday morning, get home and come back.
I mean, the school kids, they've gotten out a couple of different years and come and helped. And they've done good work too.
I knew some of those kids that helped, yeah. So do we just give approval? Do we have to make any motions on this?
What is that?
It's basically giving them permission to put up canopies and tables and stuff Thursday.
Yeah. Whatever is being set up, if you're giving it, granting permission different than normal.
Oh, I see. Do you make a motion?
I'm gonna let somebody else.
Do you make a motion? That's it?
Yeah.
So basically, it's great canopies. We didn't normally do it on Friday night, they're doing it on Thursday.
Yeah, I just think I have to be cognizant of, not blocking anything that people need to do on Friday, but I don't see anything wrong with starting to set it up early at all. Make a motion. Pass it. Setting up on Thursday evening the 9th, right?
Yes.
I'll also say I can help.
I won't say Leslie. I'm ready anyways.
I'm on the committee too, so,
Thank you so much.
yeah. I think you guys do need extra help. I didn't realize you didn't have,
And get Corey involved too.
oh yeah, I can sign him. I'll sign him up right
We
now.
got, you made the motion,
Yes.
second,
Yeah, second.
motion made and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So motion's passed, and so we have permission to set it on Thursday night. And Josh will not be held responsible, so don't worry.
No, I'm not worried about that. I have no problem with it. I was just stating some concerns that maybe you guys wouldn't have thought about, but I'll keep my input to myself
I'm just
next
gonna
time.
write this
No,
on.
no, I don't mean that's not that. You know, they definitely can't have it set up in the roadway, because that's.
I'll just put that there. Cause that's the only, there's no businesses that are issues anymore either.
Well, just a restaurant, would be along there in the
It's
library.
not open.
It's closed,
You kidding me?
temporarily closed.
I seen they posted something online today about it.
Yeah, it's
Or-
placing orders for delicious pies, etc. But they're not open for customer traffic right now.
Listen,
Yeah. Yeah. Happens, it will. Okay, now, old business. I think, first of all, we need to talk about some ordinance violations and follow-ups. We still have a lot of properties that I don't know if they've gone back to the type of moors where you just did this and the blades are not sharp, or there's a gas shortage in certain ends of Medora, or what's going on, but that's,
just certain ends, I thought it was kind of all over.
well, I'm trying to be diplomatic, maybe. Is there such a thing as, we had discussion prior to this meeting when we were talking that there used to be a deal where if properties weren't mowed, the town mowed them and charged a fee. They thought that had been, do you know if there's any ordinance ever been like that, or are we
I
dreaming?
think it's in the nuisance ordinance.
That the town would go in there and do it. You don't recall what the, like the penalty of the town having to do it.
It's whatever they pick it to be. So if they want to charge $400 for mowing lawn, then they can fine them the $400 plus the cost of.
And it's just a fine, or do you have to add that on to like a property tax or a water bill, or add it
It'd be a fine.
It's just a fine, okay. And that would,
That they would pay here.
and who would it take to put, bring them the fine or what have you? Would it be a board member? Would it be, if I was going down there mowing it, do I do the fine? Does it have to be law enforcement that brings the fine?
I mean, it could just be a letter from the town saying we've provided this service, this is what you owe.
And then if nothing happens, payment after that, you give them a certain amount of time to pay, then that's when you take over and do what you gotta do.
Or they can request their hearing, then you gotta go through that channel as well.
Is there any, would you recommend doing anything before we just went down there and mowed it? Like, would you need to take a picture of the lawn or?
Probably,
Okay.
yeah, that couldn't hurt.
What kind of liability would be on us if we threw a rock through the window while we was mowing the grass?
Probably just replace whatever's.
Does
you wanna give them
does the
a
owner
letter?
need to be notified before it's mowed? I mean,
I think that'd be a good idea,
Yeah,
just
I'd give them notification.
yeah,
and
just
do you like, can you give them, say, if it's not mowed in 3 days, we're gonna mow it and charge you, or something like that? So I know it's 12 inches, it talks about if it's a height of 12 inches or more, exceeding 12 inches, that's, some of them obviously are.
It'd be easier to if you guys have to set like that
I know we're
base
just getting
rate up per yard.
Right, yeah.
No matter how big.
That
That is-
That
way-
would charge one person 50 and somebody else
Yeah,
300.
that's the old
Of course, they
down
would
there,
don't size it.
sure.
Yeah, just be a lot easier just to go, hey, this is what it is. It's fair to everybody.
Church is trying to get it out.
We're just telling them.
A little bit too about it.
We had it on the agenda for tonight, but
Okay, I was
she's,
gonna say, one month. I
she's
don't know.
ill.
Okay, we need to publish before we have a public hearing.
No.
the first reading.
You guys do $50 every guy.
That's plenty in October. I don't know.
I think.
We
Makes
can
you
call a
ever be
special
offenders,
meeting
maybe
to have a
that's
public
what it's a
hearing
little bit, or
before we.
$50 the first
The
time.
room
might
might
use
be
all
like
the
the one that
names,
puts the
but
budget on anyway.
might be getting us to-
I know it's on there, because, Mr. Manning, I was saying.
Well, it might turn into a lawnmowing service too. Maybe
We
we
still
just
need
pay
to
you
do
all
That's it.
the money and then you're
I'll
expected
try
to do
to
it.
contact
That,
Brian, 'cause
You know,
last
that's
year he
another
said
option too. You
he
could
got me
actually
the
hire
paperwork.
Danny
And I don't know
to do
if
it
we-
for the town.
Public,
Oh, yeah.
contract it out.
That way,
public
they don't
notice
get it
that the
cheaper.
public hearings.
then they do that. Because Danny's gonna up his rates for contract work,
Okay.
which that's
We
legal.
haven't, then, I mean, it wouldn't be a problem to do, I think we might have to publicize it like 10 days before the hearing or something, but I mean, we could fit that in easily before the October meeting.
I'll contact you tomorrow.
You might ask Janice first if she's in the office tomorrow.
Right.
Have you heard anything from the certified you sent out?
No, I mean, I've gotten, I think.
Just that
all
one
the-
that you emailed me about, like, to talk to him about.
Yes.
They
That's,
have cleaned it
Did
up.
you
that's the
get
only
any-
one that's reached out.
You didn't get any of them back?
No, I got 7 of the 8 back, but they received it.
Oh, that you said.
Yeah.
On the properties that, the upkeep on the properties, who's gonna be, week to week, who determines we need to send this person a letter saying they need to mow the grass? And if they don't, then we go down there the following week.
I think it'd be all 3 of us. I mean, I don't think we.
And we can help out with that as well, because we're driving around, we can forward it to you guys, and you guys make the initial decision, then forward it to maintenance.
You know, draft the form and sample it.
What's that?
Because I'm gonna head out.
Was she supposed to
I
give you a
can,
check
yeah.
or anything? Once you just, was she supposed to give you a check or anything this time around?
No, she
got that taken care of.
Yeah. We'll get that.
All right. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about this follow-up, we'll just let me know.
That'll work. Thank
See
you.
ya.
See you guys.
Yeah.
So I have a question talking about the mowing. Because I don't know. Like along the railroad tracks all the way through town, is that like the property owner's responsibility that where their property goes to the railroad track to mow along there, or is that the railroad?
That was the railroad there. I think the railroad has a 50-foot right of way on both sides.
Okay, because it's like really grown up all.
It's horrible.
Yeah, we cut this all down last year and hoped somebody would, either the railroad or the property owner would take care of it, and it's right back to the same.
I know.
You can't see a train coming.
It's
But
all-
would
I
that be
know.
something the town board could maybe get a hold of CSX and maybe go through a channel and say, hey, that we're getting a lot of resident complaints? Is there something you guys can do? I mean, we're a 0.3 square mile town, so it's not like they have a whole bunch of
They
tracks.
didn't give me the permission to go back there with the mow trim, the sickle bar mower, but I don't think I can get, they got so much stuff in the grass down there, you can't see, I don't think I can get the tractor down through there to take a swipe down through there on
I'd say
It's
we need
there
to
behind
contact them,
Frankie
yeah.
and Pages too.
it. Right.
It's bad there.
Yeah.
It really makes it inconvenient though when you're doing it, because not all 3 crossings have the bar that come
Right.
down, so. It's hard to see a train.
I guess we need to establish what the fee's gonna be when we mow the yard. I don't think you go and say, well, it depends on the size yard. It's not about that.
Yeah.
It's about the fact they're not taking care of the property. What,
I'd suggest maybe $50 your first offense, and then maybe go up from there unless anybody else has an opinion.
I think it'd probably be the best thing to do, or you're gonna be mowing a lot of people's yards, because it's gonna be just
Yeah,
yeah, you
they
can't
pay
do
the
it for
labor.
$20.
Right.
cheaper to pay the fine and have you
When they
mow
buy
it,
the gas.
and then instead of them get out and do it themselves.
It'll be easier for them to just come in there and mow it, But, like I said, send them a letter, let them know, and first time.
Well,
Yeah, because if you're allowing
And
12
if
inches,
you guys think 50,
you can mow once.
That's just.
then once summer mow it again.
Yeah.
And you're done.
well, I tell you
$100.
what, like you
All
said,
year long.
first offense 50 and then go up if you have to do it again and go up. They might find out it's cheaper just to hire it mowed by somebody else.
Yeah,
and forget it.
I'm like John, I always say that why they developed the 12 inches, that's a little bit ridiculous. It should have been about 6 inches.
Mhm. I mean, because it's, even 8 inches. But I know there's people down there by Don Reynolds' house, that
Yeah,
part's
she's
hard.
not.
It's horrible. And they still haven't done nothing.
No.
Same way with Hanlon's down
Is there a way to put something about this on the website, please? So people know?
Right on, that's all I do all summer anyway.
Yeah,
All I can get done.
and decide what
Okay,
you want to
probably
put on
thirty,
there.
70 per yard.
And, I probably need to draft a form that has that information on there, and then maybe
I
that's
think
something we could
unkept lawns will be served a violation notice to have this situation remedied within 3 days, or it'll be mowed by the town with fee of $50 to be charged. Basically, just make it pretty simple.
there. Okay. Is that gonna cover your time and gas and everything?
Well, for the majority of them, pretty smaller yards, there's a couple bigger ones that are problems around town that, it's gonna take some time. I think.
So does the area down there behind Henlines, does he own all the way back to the corner?
They always,
Yes, so you just don't know.
right.
Of course, I know that ain't the only one.
Should we,
There's several.
when we're saying $50 a yard, there could be a person that has 2 lots, should we say?
Right, there's two lots,
Per lot,
right.
maybe word that per lot, because you said per yard, that's like me, I got 2 lots, if you mow mine, $50, that'd be a pretty good deal. So maybe you say lots.
And we're just gonna go in there and mow them, we're not weed eating around their flower beds and all that.
If it looks like bale hay, you mowed it.
Okay.
The deer will appreciate it, they'll come
Right.
in and feed off of it.
The dogs don't run them off.
You know, something they do to their noses, they look like
I know. But, we just want to knock down, we don't want you making a manicure lawn and burn the belt up on the mower.
Right.
that. Shoot, you may just get you full-time job mowing every yard in the door.
Well, I'm not gonna strike it, I can guarantee you.
I don't think there's enough yard to strike.
Right.
Okay. So we got 7 out of 8 letters back on the other property, so we just need to follow up on that, I guess, and see what's happening with those, if anything. I know one of them was cleaned up, I'll check that out.
I don't know what letters were sent to.
Yeah.
And these were multiple violations, right? They were
Mhm.
camper, yard, maintenance, and trash.
Oh, so they were all of them.
Triple header. Trifecta. Okay. Did you have anything?
Oh, I wanted to discuss the cat problem.
Yes, you took that one, yeah.
So, I'm having multiple people request help with cats. And this is a typical time of year for that because they've already had the babies. Now people have kittens and cats
Debbie
and they're
Rollins has
everywhere.
got more kittens running.
I know. So, I volunteer for the Big Fix and I went through to see, because we track what town the cats are from and if they're personal or if they're TNR or what they are. So I did go through that and I sent it to you guys earlier, but I will talk about it just for the point of, if I can locate it. So the Big Fix of Jackson County so far, just for the town of Medora, most of this was within city limits. We did have one property outside of city limits that had a substantial number of cats that we helped with as well. But we fixed, as of September 11th for 2025, we fixed 66 Medora cats. We spent $3,960 on them, and they were spayed or neutered, rabies vaccination, vaccinated against all illnesses, so they will not pass around illnesses, including rabies, and they won't duplicate. So if you assume, we typically assume half of those are females. Sometimes it's a lot more because people will want to fix females and not males a lot of times. So we prevented 330 kittens from being born inside of town limits in 2025. But now what's going on is we, at the Big Fix of Jackson County, we've applied for state vouchers and funds and grants. And we're waiting to hear back on that. But as of right now, we're out of funds, and I have a lot of people requesting the TNR for the cats. So I'm just asking for some funds for the remainder of the year to help me help those people. And I will do the work for free myself to go out and trap the cats and get them taken and do all of that. I just need help with the actual vet expense, and it's $60 a cat, basically. And I will say, I don't bring them all back. If they're baby kittens that I can place, or if they're cats that aren't wild and I can tame them down, I try to rehome them on inside homes. I transfer cats out of the county, out of the state also, so that we, but the best thing to do is TNR really, if they can't be rehomed, because then they'll kind of stand guard over the area and they won't duplicate. So it's not the ideal situation, but it's a great place to start. And then at some point, not today, but we do need to talk about what we're going to do for cats and dogs next year. Mainly the dog issue that we have going on. That's kind of separate. So whatever amount you guys think is reasonable that we can afford.
I thought Janice said we couldn't make donations of.
We can't, but I think, what was the other way we were talking about besides the donations?
Yeah, I was just curious if you can donate to it, if the town could get a line item in the budget or whatever, like, animal control is
Yeah.
the only thing I was,
That would be for 2026.
yeah, that's the
probably.
only thing they wouldn't be able to do that until this budget
Yeah,
and put it
yeah.
for 2026, so that was the only thing I was thinking of. But other than that, I'm not sure.
So I just think it's something, because it's something that we aren't addressing at all with the community members as a town. We're just, the big fix is we're doing all we can. But we've used all our money, basically. So any thoughts you guys have on that you could contribute, or any way we could fund a little bit of that would be great.
Thoughts? We ain't got a money bag down there that we don't know about.
I just know she'd almost probably have to call Ruben and get his opinion to see.
Well, I know he's already put the budget on Gateway as advertised, so I don't know that, it'd have to be amendment to the current budget.
Yeah, I think she called State Boards of Account. I don't know if she talked to Ruben on.
And we do need to do a little bit of something about the dog issue. We do need to have somebody for next year, talking next year. We do need to make some kind of move on that, whether we're gonna have a on-call person, or we need to put something in place for the loose dogs running around town.
Here recently, I haven't noticed as many, but,
I agree.
it's about goes.
It's like feast or famine with it, I think is what it is. We have 8 in 1 week, and then we don't have any for a few weeks.
They must not be coming to your house because they're all around over there by laundromat.
I just haven't seen
Yeah,
any.
Kayla Boat's got 3 of them. Oh, sorry, too. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can we look at the budget for next year and see if we can't allocate a certain amount of money for that? The animal control issue?
And the only thing is, we're gonna get less money than we got this year. That's the scary part. Whether the tax laws change, we just have to see where we're at, I guess. I'm not saying it's not a good idea, but I just don't know how much we're gonna lose. I'm really mad at a good idea, I don't know. And we can do conference calls.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
Okay. And on the, whenever you add that to the website, would it be possible to add something about how I put this inoperable automobiles around town, that everybody's got 3 or 4, like museums that in the front yard?
Yeah, we just need to write up what do we want it to say, right? What do we want to put on there? What do we want it to say?
It didn't have to be politically correct, this is the point.
Yeah. And what items do we want to put on there?
Mhm.
And then we can decide which area of the website is appropriate. You know, so if you guys just wanna help me come up with, you know, send me an email of ideas or something and help me come up with exactly what do we want it to say on there, then, I can help figure out where it needs to go on the site and get it done.
All right. Do we have any old business that we missed? Do you have anything? Any old business that we didn't hit on?
I don't think so.
Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
I'll say,
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. We are dismissed.
thank you.
Adjourned, I should say.
Cheers.
She wanted us to help sign treaties.
Yeah. She said there's forms or something over there.